Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining this morning. We'll make a prompt start on Srimad Bhagavatam and attentive japa. Okay, so today is the last reading for Canto 3, and it's called Prayers of Mother Devahuti. Next week, we can go into Canto 4. Thank you so much. So Sri Maitreya said that he's explaining to Vidur. Thus Devahuti, the mother of Lord Kapil and wife of Kardama Muni, became free from all ignorance concerning devotional service. So last week, Kapil Dev, was explaining about devotional service, and it says here that became free from all ignorance concerning devotional service and transcendental knowledge. She offered her obeisances unto the Lord, the author of the basic principles of the Sankhya system of philosophy. Now, this Sankhya philosophy is the background of liberation. That's how strong it's, they're given nearly a canto to this philosophy, so it's very important. This means that one is liberated even though one stays with his material body. That happened for Devahuti, the mother of Lord Kapil, and she therefore satisfied the Lord by offering her praise as follows. So we'll do a prayer first of all. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kruti Vachalam Pangum Lamyate Gurim Yat Kirpatam Amande Shri Gurun Deen Taranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tassat Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Adhiriyat Nasta Presha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nestaki. Hare Krishna. So this is her praise now, Devahuti's praise to her son, who she knows that he is the Supreme Personality Godhead. He says, Brahma is said to be unborn because he takes birth from the lotus flower which grows from your abdomen while you lie in the ocean at the bottom of the universe. But even Brahma simply meditating upon you, whose body is the source of unlimited universes. So she's talking about the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu lying at the bottom of the universe. And Brahma is also named Aja, he who is unborn. Whenever we think of someone's birth, there must be a material father and mother, for thus one is born. But Brahma, being the first living creature within this universe, was born directly from the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. The Vishnu form lying down in the ocean at the bottom of the universe. Devahuti wanted to impress upon the Lord that when Brahma wants to see him, even he has to meditate upon him. You are the seed of all creation, she said. Although Brahma was directly born from you, he still has to perform many years of meditation. And even then, he cannot see you directly face to face. Because Brahma could only hear Narayan. He didn't see Narayan for a long time. And then he still had to meditate for many, many years to get a glimpse of Narayan. And here is Narayan himself as her son, face to face. How fortunate is she? Devahuti said, you are the background of the material manifestation and all created energy. Therefore, you're delivering me from the clutches of Maya by explaining the system of Sankhya philosophy is not so astonishing. She said, you are way, way higher than that. This is just a philosophy. This is nothing for you. But your being born from my abdomen is certainly wonderful. She can't believe that the Lord has taken birth from her body. Wonderful, because although you're the source of all creation, you have so kindly taken birth as my child. That is most wonderful. Your body is the source of all the universe. And still you put your body within the abdomen of a common woman like me. To me, that is most astonishing. So Devahuti has been meditating on the fact that the Lord has taken birth from her abdomen, that this is a really unique scenario for an ordinary person. It's very unique. And she can't believe that she's so fortunate that not only has she spoken to the Lord, not only has she met the Lord, seen him face to face, but he has actually taken birth and become a son. And how many people can claim that? My dear Lord, although personally you have nothing to do, you have distributed your energies in the interactions of the material modes of nature. And for that reason, the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation takes place. So she's saying that God doesn't do anything directly. He has his energies, he distributes his energies, and they can do the work for him. My dear Lord, you are self-determined and are the Supreme Personality Godhead for all living entities. For them, you created this material manifestation, and although you are one, your diverse entities connect multifariously. This is inconceivable to us. There is no one greater than him or an equal level with him. And everything is completely done by his energy, as if by nature. It is understood herein, therefore, that all the other modes of material nature are entrusted to different manifestations like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, each of whom is particularly invested with different kinds of power. The Supreme Lord is completely aloof from such activities. Devahuti is saying, although you personally are not doing anything, your determination is absolute. There is no question of you fulfilling your will with the help of anyone else beside yourself. You are in the end the Supreme Soul and the Supreme Controller. So everything that happens from the God's control, in God's will. He decides, he has the final decision of what's to be done. Therefore, your will cannot be checked by anyone else. The Supreme Lord can check others' plans. As it is said, man proposes and God disposes. But when the Supreme Person of Godhead proposes, that desire is under no one else's control. He is absolute. That which may be inconceivable for ordinary living entities is easily done by him. Excuse me. And in spite of his being unlimited, he subjected himself to being known from the authoritative scriptures like the Vedic literatures. So we find God inconceivable because he's unlimited. He's well beyond infinity. He's not infinity, he's well beyond infinity. And we can't contain God, we can't conceive God by our own mental speculation. We had to read the Vedic scriptures. They explain what God is all about. We cannot imagine from our own mind because he's inconceivable, he's unlimited. Why is the creation made? Since the Lord is the Supreme Personality Godhead for all living entities, he created this material manifestation for those living entities who want to enjoy or lord it over material nature. It's as simple as that. He's made it for our pleasure. So as the Supreme Godhead, he ranges to fulfill their various desires. There is no limit to the demands of the different kinds of living entities. And the Supreme One, the Supreme Person of Godhead, alone maintains them and supplies them by his inconceivable energy. So how amazing is this, that when you start thinking about it, when you meditate upon this, that this universe is so sophisticated, everything is provided for: heat, light, coolness, air, oxygen, different colors, different entities, different materials, the water, sun, moon, stars, so many things. They're all provided. And why they provided? They provided for us. So, how much trouble, although it's no big trouble for him, how much energy he expands on us for our entertainment. It's amazing. As the Supreme Person Godhead, you have taken birth from my abdomen. Oh my Lord, how is it that possible for the Supreme One, who has in his belly all the cosmic manifestation? The answer is that it is possible. For at the end of the millennium, you lie down on a leaf of a banyan tree, and just like a small baby, you lick the toe of your lotus foot. So she's saying that everything is possible for you. You can be the greatest, or you can be the most ordinary child, like a childlike as well. You can do whatever you want. So at the time of dissolution of Lord, the Lord sometimes appears as a small baby lying on a leaf of a banyan tree, floating on the devastating water. Therefore, Devahuti suggests you're lying down with the abdomen of a common woman like me is not so astonishing. So when you compare it to that ordinary, like this ordinary baby, like lying on a leaf, she's saying that if you are prepared to do that, then maybe lying in my abdomen is maybe not so common then. You can lie down on the leaf of a banyan tree and float on the water of devastation as a small baby. Therefore, it is not very wonderful that you can lie down in the abdomen of my body. You teach us that those who are very fond of children within this material world and who therefore enter into marriage to enjoy family life with children can also have the Supreme Personal Godhead as their child. And the most wonderful thing is that the Lord himself licks his toe. So this is her meditation on the Lord. Since all the great sages and devotees apply all energy and all activities in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, there must be some transcendental pleasure in the toes of his lotus feet. So she's wondering, so there's something special about your feet that everybody is focusing on your lotus feet. The Lord licks his toe to taste the nectar for which the devotees always aspire. Sometimes the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself wonders how much transcendental pleasure is within himself. In order to taste his own potency, he sometimes takes the position of a taste, of tasting himself. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, but he appears as a devotee to taste the sweetness of the transcendental mellow in himself, which is tasted by Srimati Radharani, the greatest of all devotees. So Krishna has to come on the other side. He has to take the position of a devotee to understand the feelings and what taste the devotee is feeling. He says that I can't, as God, I can't work it out. I can't, even as God, I can't work it out. I can't understand what pleasure you're getting. So he has to take the position of the devotee and then taste that pleasure. My dear Lord, you have assumed this body in order to diminish the sinful activities of the fallen and to enrich their knowledge in devotion and liberation. Since these sinful people are dependent on your direction, by your own will, you assume incarnation as a bow and as other forms. Similarly, you have appeared in order to distribute transcendental knowledge to your dependents. So in the previous verses, the general transcendental qualification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead were described. Now the specific purpose of the Lord's appearance is also described. So we're talking about the Lord, how he appears. And now we're talking about the Lord's appearance. By his different energies, he bestows different kinds of bodies upon the living entities who are conditioned by their propensity to lord it over material nature. But in course of time, these living entities become so degraded that they need enlightenment. So we need to bring him back so we can get degraded, get more fallen, that we can't seem to find our way back. to reality. We get so much into illusions, and then God, he reincarnates and gives us the knowledge. It is stated in Bhagavad-Gita that whenever there are discrepancies in the discharge of the real purpose of material existence, the Lord appears as an incarnation. So the Lord's form as Kapil directs the fallen souls and enriches them with knowledge and devotion so that they may go back to Godhead. There are many incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like those of the bull, the fish, the tortoise, and the half man, half lion. Lord Kapil Dev is also one of the incarnations of Godhead. It is accepted herein that Lord Kapil Dev appeared on the surface of the earth to give knowledge to the misguided, conditioned souls. So we're like his children. So when we become confused and bewildered, then God comes and puts on right back on that track again. Or you see some children fighting, like in a playground. God sees this world as a playground. You can see things going wrong, things going out of control, children fighting between themselves, or one child, like you see, is just sitting there crying, is lost. And it's like a parent. God comes and sorts things out, takes out the material factors that are causing problem, and puts everything back in order again. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Person face to face, even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. So God is so forgiving that even the lowest grade of people, they just have to call out his name and he forgives them straight away. He's just that kind. He just forgives them and makes them in the higher level again, that suddenly are his devotees. Herein, the spiritual potency of chanting, hearing or remembering the holy name of the Supreme Lord is greatly stressed. Rupa Goswami has discussed the sequence of sinful activities of the conditioned soul, and he has established Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that those who engage in devotional service become freed from the reactions of all sinful activities. So simple as that. It doesn't matter how many sins you have committed. Once you give them up and you follow God's instructions, then you're forgiven. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad-Gita. The Lord said that he takes charge of one who surrenders unto him, and he makes him immune to all reactions to sinful activities. So in the court of law, you might not be forgiven, but in the court of God, if you take his shelter, then he forgives your sins. If by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Person of Godhead, one becomes so swiftly cleared of all reactions to sinful activities, then what is to be said of those persons who see him face to face? Another consideration here is that persons who are purified by the process of chanting and hearing become immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. So you become at that high level like a Brahman. Generally, only a person who is born in a family of Brahmins, who has been performed by the 10 kinds of purificatory processes, and who is learned in Vedic literature is allowed to perform the Vedic sacrifices. A person born in a family of the low caste, which is accustomed to eat dogs, is so positioned due to his past sinful activities. But by chanting or hearing once in pureness or in an offenseless manner, he is immediately relieved of the sinful reaction. So what a contrast that he sees you like a Brahman. From a dog eater, you become a Brahman straight away if you utter his name. He is immediately relieved of all the sinful reaction. Not only is he relieved of the sinful reaction, but he immediately achieved the result of all purificatory processes. Taking birth in the family of Brahman is certainly due to past activities in one's past life, but still A child who is born in a family of Brahman depends for his further reformation upon initiation into acceptance of a sacred thread and many other reformatory processes. But a person who chants the holy name of the Lord, even if born in a family of Chandals, which dog eaters, does not need reformation. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, he immediately becomes purified and becomes as good as the most learned Brahmins. This is amazing. So basically, what he's saying is that you won't chant Hare Krishna unless you have, a lot of people refuse to chant Hare Krishna. So you have already come up in the eyes of God. If you have come to a stage that you are prepared to just chant, a lot of people will refuse even at the last breath, they won't chant. But anybody who's happy to chant Hare Krishna, to God is near enough a Brahman, qualified. Oh, how glorious are those, how are they whose tongues are chanting your holy name, even if born in the family of dog eaters. Such persons are worshipable. And this is Devahuti saying to the Lord, persons who chant the holy name of your Lordship must have executed all kinds of austerities and fire sacrifices and achieved all the good manners of the Aryans. To be chanting the holy name of your Lordship, they must have bathed at holy places of pilgrimage, studied the Vedas, and fulfilled everything required. So Devahuti Mata is saying that anybody who has come to this level that they are willing to chant your holy name, they have already, in the previous lives, that they have already done all these things. And now they're ready to chant your holy name. It is not very astounding for what no one in this life can chant the holy name of the Lord unless, this is Prabhupada explaining, that it is not very astounding for no one in this life can chant the holy name of the Lord unless he has passed all lower stages, such as performing the Vedic ritualistic sacrifices, studying the Vedas, and practicing good behavior like that of the Aryans. So anybody, I suppose that includes us as well, that we have done all this in the past. This is why we are now chanting Hare Krishna. All this must first have been done. Just as a student in a low class is to be understood to have already graduated from general education, anyone who is engaged in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, must have already passed all lower stages. So before, Devahuti is saying that a Chandal can, by uttering the name of the Lord, can come to this level of a Brahman. Now, Prabhupada is explaining that to come to this level, you must have in the past somewhere done all those other things as well to qualify for this level. Otherwise, you won't do it. I believe, my Lord, that you are Lord Vishnu himself under the name of Kapil. And you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Brahman. The saints and sages, being free from all the disturbances of the senses and mind, meditate upon you. For by your mercy, only can one become free from the clutches of the three modes of material nature. At the time of disillusion, all the Vedas are sustained in you only. So Devahuti, the mother of Kapil, instead of prolonging her praise, summarized that Lord Kapil was none other than Vishnu, and that since she was a woman, it was not possible for her to worship him properly simply by prayer. It was her intention that the Lord be satisfied. The level of realization of the Supreme Lord evidenced by Devahuti is possible when one is able to withdraw the senses from material activities. When one is engaged in devotional service, there is no scope for his senses to be engaged otherwise. In such full Krishna consciousness, one can understand the Supreme Lord as he is. So it's showing that she had understood the Lord really well, not just as a son, but as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. She had become a realized person. She had become liberated with the mercy of her son, Kapil Dev. And then she goes on to give this mercy to other people as well that she had acquired from Kapil Dev. And actually Kapil Dev, he leaves that area and he goes deep into the forest after he was satisfied that his mother is now fully realized, and she will pass this she will help me in propagating Krishna consciousness. So thank you so very much. Just welcome you all. My father-in-law is there, Mother Shamsundar Prabhu, Praveen Mataji, Prem Prakash Prabhu, Rimpi Mataji, and Sarvashriya Mataji. Thank you all for joining. We'd love to hear from you all about Devahuti Mataji's prayers and how you have. She says these prayers so we can all understand everything in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita is for our own benefit, so we can sort of relate to it and try and understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like a map to go back to the spiritual world, because by our own limited senses and mind, we can't work things out. We have to have examples and pastimes in the scriptures that we can understand, we can learn from and follow. So thank you. Mother Shamsundar Prabhu, would you like to add something?
Hari Bol Prabhuji.
Hari Bol.
Very nice class, Prabhuji. So many things to learn today again. So I'm too little to add anything. All I can say, very nice class. Thank you.
Thank you, Hari Bol. Praveen Mataji, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Prabhuji. Dhanvat pranam to everyone. And a big pranam to Devahuti Mataji to give birth to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So yeah, very, very fascinating. So yeah, the only shloka that is coming to my head, we learned in Bhakti Shastri, Sarvo Upadhi Vinirmuktam. Sarvo Upadhi Vinirmuktam Tat Paritvena Shilanam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevyam Bhakti Uchite. So when we engage in devotional service, then we are freed of all the designations, and we don't have any other desires apart from the desire to serve the Lord. Yeah, so it's very nice, but still, Prabhuji, I'm still struggling, and sometimes I feel maybe everybody is not eligible to succeed in Krishna consciousness because there are so many strings pulling you here and there. So sometimes I do feel very demotivated about, despite making an effort and having 100% faith in Krishna, I just doubt my capabilities and my abilities to do what is expected. So I don't know whether it's just my frame of mind or everybody sometimes feel that way. So I haven't got any doubt. I just love all the shlokas and everything, makes sense. But I don't know, sometimes I feel that way, Prabhuji. So I don't know if anybody can help, why we feel that way sometimes. So I just sometimes feels, no, I haven't got the capability to do. So I think that's why I'm worried about initiation as well, because I feel like I haven't got any talents to provide any service. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think this is where association is very important. I understand you are associating online, but sometimes when you feel like this, then you need to associate with devotees face to face, because if you feel that you don't have the determination right now, you don't feel the energy, the drive, then you need to associate with people who have the energy, the determination and drive, and that automatically kickstarts your own determination as well. So this is why association is given such a high platform, because we can't do this alone. It's not possible. We just can't do it because Maya is pulling us as well. We are on an uphill struggle. We need the help of devotees. We need to associate with the right people who can guide us and make us more determined. This is what's lacking right now. And I think you are still in Nottingham, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
And
Yeah.
I think you're moving to Sutton Coldfield soon in Solihull.
So yes, by mercy of Krishna, hopefully, yes, next year we will move back. So yeah, I can't wait.
Keep chanting
So
and keep listening to
yeah,
class. And then when you move, please take association. This is very
yes,
important because that will help you drive forward.
yeah. But then sometimes I feel, am I expecting too much from the devotees, to help me?
No,
And because
they don't have to help you. I'm saying that if you associate with them, you come to classes live, face to face, whether it's
yeah,
Sangha or Sunday Sangha, then you will automatically get it's infectious. That is infectious. If you join in, then you will start running. This is the important thing.
yeah,
You need to start running, Matri.
yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Sorry for having a
Hare
negative, but
Hare
I
Krishna.
have got, full faith, like I said, but it's just, I doubt my capability. So it's just doubting myself, if I am there to put 100%, wake up early, and then, because then my health suffers. So I'll do it for a week or 2 weeks and then I fall back again. So these things really, demotivate me then.
Yeah, everybody's capacity is different. Krishna understands that. So you do what you can without making your health detrimental.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Rimbi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Was this Praveen Mataji just talking?
Ji.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Praveen Mataji, I just feel the same, I'm in the same boat. At the moment, yeah, I had 3 babies born in the family, and then I haven't got I can't make any commitment towards association or anything like that. There's 24 hours Kirtan going on. I can't contribute to that. There's so many things going on at the moment to which I can't contribute. Praveen Mataji, I feel that, it's just devotion is for yourself. It's association is compulsory, but then, there are so many commitments sometimes in the life that you can't commit yourself to association. Sometimes I think we can only do as much as we can, really. But then I think I just had 3 weeks ago, I had a session, I think Narayan Keshaparu, if you can remember, from this lecture, I can't remember the name of the person who gave this lecture, and he said, put all this association and everything, on the side. Bhakti is for you. So if you just do your bhakti at home, like chant Hare Krishna at home with your own complete mind and soul, then I think that's also fine. If we cannot at the moment devote our time, I think association is important, but it's really important because these lectures really help you to make you focus in life and on the name of Hare Krishna, because sometimes you can forget just to commit yourself to chant and all that, but these lectures are really important. I will say that just continue to attend these lectures, and I think they are really important. But sometimes to make the full commitment you want to do more, but you can't. I'm in the same boat. I want to do more for ISKCON and for the ISKCON community and everybody, but I can't because of my family commitments and everything. So I think I do my bhakti at home. I do as much as I can, and I say to Hare Krishna, just give me more and more of your name, and yeah, that's all I can say. Yes,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good, Mataji. That's fine. That's why you need to desire. You keep desiring that you need more association. You need to advance faster. Whatever your desire is, then that's all you can do, because that's all we can do. The living entity, the soul, can only desire. We don't have any other control. We can only desire. and Krishna arranges everything else. So the
Yeah,
desire
that's
must be there. That's the important thing.
yeah, that's
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sureshi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I mean, we've been having this session about Kapil Muni and Mata Devahuti. So nice, and she's been asking questions, and she got so much enlightenment that she started praying. And there's two kind of prayers. Sometimes people pray for material benefit, but she was overwhelmed, And she started in a way she's praising that she got so much benefit out of it. And she's saying that you are the creator of this material world. And why this material world is created, it's created because of our desire, because we want to enjoy more and we never satisfied with our senses. So Krishna gives us chance and then he gives the facilities to enjoy. But we get involved so much in the sense gratification that we forget Krishna. And that is cause of our repeated birth and death and suffering. And then Mother Devati praying prayer to Kapil Muni that how to get out of this material world. And we have discussed before this, I say, all the Hatha Yoga and all the Karam Yoga. And the best thing is the Bhakti Yoga. And devotional service, if by doing devotional service, you engage your senses with Krishna in different yogas. By doing Jnana Yoga, meditating on Krishna and his activities, Bhakti Yoga, by doing devotional service. Bhakti Yoga is the best of yogas and can take you back to Godhead and free yourself from material desires. Devotional service is very sweet and it gives you pleasure and you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, that means you are not, you haven't got the taste of devotional service. And to taste, as you mentioned, to taste the taste of devotional service, Lord Chaitanya came as Radharani and to show the world and to make them chant Hare Krishna to get the people to get the taste. And then she says the devotional service is so powerful by chanting that you can get free from sinful activities, even if you're a dog eater. And by chanting Hare Krishna's mantra is that if you chant and you get purified. And then he says that nobody is greater than Krishna himself. Krishna says himself in Bhagavad-Gita that there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So she's saying that Krishna is everything, is a maintainer, he's the creator, and he's the annihilator, everything Krishna. And we have to do the instruction, follow the instruction of Kapil Muni, and by Kapil Muni is giving instruction to the Heti, so we have, that means we are getting instruction through Devahuti and Mata, and we follow, and mainly thing we can't really learn anything on ourselves at home. We can go so much, but we learn from the association of the devotees. We can learn and hear about them because people got different ideas. The one subject, different people, they explain you in different ways. So it comes to different ideas to different ways to understand. So with my own experience, I mean, I've been going to the temple for so many years, and I learned so much. If I would have at home and studying myself, I wouldn't have done that. But still, I like to go. And it was in one lecture, I don't know whether you notice, no, you might get 1 or 2 points that you never had, and you learn 1 or 2 points. And that is very, very beneficial, and it helps in long run, and you can note down that point, which is very, very important. So, Devahuti Mata, she was enlightened and by Kapal Muni, and then afterward, following the instruction, she went back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. And Mataji, shall we do a couple of rounds? Swashi Mataji, then maybe Purveen Mataji can do second one.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Bhattaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namne